So now we are going to discuss discharge over a rectangular wear or notch. So the expression for discharge over a rectangular notch or wear is the same because the both of them are of similar shape but different size. So here you can see a rectangular notch and crest of or sill of the notch and the nappe of the notch or wear, and capital H is the head of water over the crust and capital L is the length of the notch or wear. So section at crust is given in this figure C, that is capital L is the length, and here we have considered a small strip of depth dh, and it is from a depth small h from the nappe. So we are considering the discharge or the elementary discharge through this strip, and after that we are integrating the same to get the overall discharge over the wear or notch. So consider rectangular notch or wear provided in a channel carrying. So this figure depicts that. For finding the discharge of water flowing over the wear or notch, consider an elementary horizontal strip, as I have already said. The dimensions is length capital L and dh is the height. And we have already know that the theoretical velocity of water flowing through strip is root 2 gh. That equation is already known. And elementary discharge means that is represented by dq. So dq is equal to CD, coefficient of discharge, into area of strip into theoretical velocity. All of those values we have known. Okay, so CD into capital L into dh into root 2 gh. So CD is the coefficient of discharge. So in order to get the whole notch or wear discharge, total discharge, capital Q, we are going to integrate the same, that is a dq. So integrating dq, that is integral 0 to capital H. So there is a limit for integration, since capital H is the height of the nappe above this sill or crest of the wear, that is marked in this figure and this figure also. So capital Q is equal to integral 0 to capital H CD into L into root 2 gh into dh. So we are taking all the constants outside the integral, that is CD into capital into root 2g into integral 0 to capital H small h raised to half, that is we have here we have root 2gh. So root 2g is constant, but root h is a variable that we can write as h raised to half. So h raised to half into dh. So integrating the same, we will get small h raised to half plus 1 divided by half plus 1. Limits are 0 and 0 to h. So we will get the equation for discharge over a rectangular wear as 2 by 3 CD into capital L into root 2g into capital H raised to 3 by 2. So that is the equation for discharge over a rectangular wear. So using this equation we can find out the discharge over a rectangular wear. So in problems, here you can see the first problem 8.1, find the discharge of water flowing over a rectangular notch of 2 meter length. So capital L is given when the constant head over the notch is 300 mm. Take CD, coefficient of discharge, as 0.6. Usually coefficient of discharge here we take as 0.6. So capital L is equal to 2 meter is given, and also capital H is the given value in the question. So that is constant head over the notch is 300 mm. So that is capital H. So simply you can substitute the values, not much complications in this problem since it is a direct substitution problem. So you will get discharge in meter cube per second. You can also write in liters per second. So maybe in some questions it will be given in liters per second. You may have to convert into meter cube per second. So here is another problem, that is determine the height of a rectangular wear of length 6 meter to be built across a rectangular channel. The maximum depth of water on the upstream side of the weir is 1.8 meter. So what is that value? 1.8 meter, that is H1, that is also marked in this figure. So there is a maximum height, maximum depth or height of water on the upstream side. So this is the upstream side of weir and this is the downstream side. That is after crossing the weir, that portion is the downstream side. So upstream side maximum depth or height of water means up to this top level, that is H1, that is given in the question. So we have to calculate, we have to find out the capital H, that is the height of water above the sill of the weir. And after that in the question it is asked to calculate, that is determine the height of a rectangular weir, that is H2. H2 is the height of the rectangular weir from the bottom. So that we will get by subtracting this capital H from H1. So we have to calculate capital H in order to find out H2. Okay. So we have the equation for rectangular weir, that is Q is equal to 2 by 3 CD into L into root 2G into H raised to 3 by 2. So we have discharge is given in the question. Okay, that is 2000 liter per second, converting it into meter cube per second, that will become 2 meter cube per second. So H raised to 3 by 2 is equal to 2 by 10.623. So after solving this you will get capital H is equal to 0.328. This is simply substitution. Only one thing you have to understand, how to identify the values or values given in the question. So after only after identifying those values accurately you can do the problem. There is no much complication after identifying the values. Okay. So after getting capital H, you can find out height of weir. Height of weir is H2 is equal to H1 minus H, that is depth of water on upstream side minus capital H, that we have already calculated. 1.8 minus 0.328, that is 1.472 meter. There is similar problems that you can work out. Problem 8.3. Okay. So now we have to study discharge over a triangular notch or weir. Triangular notch or weir. This can be said that it's a shape, V-shaped weir also. It's a V shape. You can see it has a V shape. So here also we have primarily we have capital H, head of water above the V notch. Okay, this equation can be applied to V notch or weir, V-shaped weir. So capital H, head of water above the V notch, theta angle of notch. Consider a horizontal strip, that we have already done in rectangular weir also. Similarly, here also you can follow the same step. Consider a horizontal strip of water of thickness dH, like in this figure. An angle of the V notch is theta. So from figure we have tan theta by 2 is equal to AC by OC. So AC by OC, that is equal to OC, you can identify as capital H minus small h, where small h is the depth of this strip from the top surface of water. Okay. Capital H is the head of water above the V notch. Okay, this overall depth. So capital H minus small h is the value of OC, that you can identify from this figure. Okay. So AC is equal to OC into tan theta by 2. OC is what? Capital H minus small h. So into tan theta by 2. So width of the strip AB, width of the strip AB is equal to 2 into AC, because AC is equal to BC. AC is equal to BC. So AB is equal to 2 AC. That is equal to 2 into H minus small h into tan theta by 2. So area of strip is equal to 2 into H minus H tan theta by 2 into dh. Dh is the depth of this strip. Since it is very small, we can consider it as a rectangular shape. Okay, can be considered as a rectangular shape. So we can multiply like length into depth or length into breadth, etc. So like that we will get area of strip is equal to 2 into h minus capital H minus small h tan theta by 2, that is AB into dh. AB into dh is the area. So also we have already know that theoretical velocity of water through strip is root 2 gh. So elementary discharge dq is equal to cd into area of strip into velocity, that is equal to cd into 2 into h minus h tan theta by 2 into dh into root 2 gh, that is the theoretical velocity. So we will get 2 cd, just combining some terms, 2 cd h minus h tan theta by 2 root 2 gh dh into dh. So this root 2g, in this root 2gh, root 2g is constant but root h is not constant, that is h raised to half. So that we have to integrate. So here total discharge is equal to 0 to capital H into 2 cd h minus h tan theta by 2, like that. So we are taking all the constant terms outside. So inside the integral we have capital H minus small h into h raised to half. So expanding or opening this bracket, we will get capital H into h raised to half minus small h raised to 3 by 2 into dh. So 0 to h we are integrating. So after integrating this value we will get like this, capital H into h raised to 3 by 2 divided by 3 by 2 minus, you know how to integrate this term. Okay, after giving this limits 0 to h also, you will get it as 2 by 3 capital H into h raised to 3 by 2 minus 2 by 5 h raised to 5 by 2. So h raised to 1 into h raised to 3 by 2. So add these terms, 1 plus 3 by 2. So we will get h raised to 5 by 2, that is 2 by 3 h raised to 5 by 2 minus 2 by 5 h raised to 5 by 2. Okay, that will become, okay, subtracting this value, that will become 4 by 15 h raised to 5 by 2. So outside you have a 2 and inside you have a 4. 2 into 4, that is 8 by 15. So we can take this 4 by 15 to outside, that is 8 by 15 cd into tan theta by 2 into root 2g into h raised to 5 by 2. So only one thing you have to understand, what is the difference between the discharge of a rectangular notch and a triangular notch. There you have 2 by 3 cd, okay, 2 by 3 cd. So just you see that equation and see the differences. Okay, here we have an extra tan theta by 2, since theta is the angle of the V notch, there is an extra term tan theta by 2, and there you have 2 by 3 into cd into root 2g into h raised to 3 by 2, etc. So here you have 8 by 15. So you have to remember this constant term. If there is a problem given, you have to remind the equation directly. So that is 8 by 15 cd into tan theta by 2 into root 2g into h raised to 5 by 2. There you had h raised to 3 by 2. Here you have h raised to 5 by 2. Okay, in case of triangular wear or notch. Okay, so 8 by 15, there you have 2 by 3. Okay, an extra term tan theta by 2 also in triangular notch. Always remember that is, it's a triangular notch or V notch or wear. Okay, there will be a term called angle of the notch or angle of the wear, that is theta. Okay, so right angled V notch CD is equal to 0.6 and theta is equal to 90 degree. Right angled V notch, if it is right angled, then theta will be 90 degree. Okay, so tan theta by 2, what will become tan theta by 2? That is tan 45 is equal to 1. So the equation will become, substitute the value for tan theta by 2 as 1, equation will become 1.417 h raised to 5 by 2. So that is a case. Okay, there is a case where right angled V notch, that is theta equal to 90 degree. That is one of the cases. Okay, in triangular notch or wear. Okay, So this is the equation for finding out discharge in a triangular notch or wear. Okay, both triangular notch and wear is same, only the difference is in the size. Shape is same, and also the material used for construction. Notch is constructed using steel and steel or plate, and wear is constructed using concrete or masonry structure. It is somewhat a big structure. Okay. So here is a question. Find the discharge over a triangular notch of angle 60 degree and head over the V notch 0.3 meter. That means capital H is 0.3 meter. Simply substitution CD we have and theta we have, capital H we have. Substituting we will get the discharge. Okay. And there is another question. What is that? Water flows over a rectangular wear 1 meter wide at a depth of 150 mm and afterwards passes through a triangular right angled wear. So here is a combination of rectangular wear and right angled triangular wear. Okay, taking CD for the rectangular and triangular wear as 0.62 and 0.59. Two values for CD is given, and find the depth over the triangular wear. Depth over the triangular wear you have to find out. Okay, so firstly you can see the discharge over the rectangular wear. These are the given values. Write this first, and you have the equation, that is Q is equal to 2 by 3 CD into L into root 2G into H raised to 3 by 2. So first the water is flowing over a rectangular wear. After that it flows over a triangular wear. So first we can consider rectangular wear. So in that, equation for discharge is this, and substituting the values you will get the discharge. The same discharge that is flowing over the triangular wear after that. After that the same discharge flowing over the triangular wear. So you have to calculate, okay, you have to calculate, what you have to calculate, find the depth over the triangular wear. So you have to calculate the H1 you have to calculate. Okay, since theta is equal to 90 degree, H is substituted as H1. Okay, so the discharge is the same, since it is already the flow is over the rectangular wear. There is a flow over rectangular wear firstly, after that it flows over the triangular wear. Okay, so Q is equal to 0.106 we have already calculated as here. So substituting that in the equation for discharge in triangular wear, there is a different equation. Okay, we have just derived it. 8 by 15 CD tan theta by 2 root 2G H raised to 5 by 2. You should have to clearly remind or remember this equation, since it is little bit complicated because you have similar terms in all the equations. After this you have to study equation for trapezoidal wear. That is a combination of rectangular and triangular wear. Okay, so you have to clearly remember the constant terms like 8 by 15, 2 by 3 and tan theta by 2. So you should not be confused. Okay, so here you can calculate after substituting the value for discharge, you can calculate the height or depth as H1 is equal to 0.3572. This is simply substitution. Okay, you have to understand this concept and you have to get the idea. Okay, you have to get the idea, since first it flows over a rectangular wear and then it flows over a triangular wear, and you have to calculate the depth in case of triangular wear. So you should have to know the discharge first. Okay, so first substitute in the equation for rectangular wear and find out the discharge. You should have the idea that the same discharge is flowing over the triangular wear. You should have that idea, that concept. Then only you can write this equation and substitute the same discharge here and find out the value of depth. Okay, so there are similar problems. Okay, you have to work out all the problems, since problems can be asked in different types. Okay, there may be only one unknown, that may be anything, maybe the depth, maybe the discharge, maybe the length, whatever, you will be having another values. Okay, there will be only one unknown or two unknown. One unknown you can be easily understand from figure or the question. Okay, so you have to work out these problems also for concreting your knowledge about these equations. Okay, you have to remember the equations. Okay, for that you have to do much problems. Okay, thank you.